First Warning MMA Report is joined live with Ironworks Training Center athlete Felipe Martinez Donis. Felipe, we appreciate you taking the time to join us tonight.
I really appreciate you guys for having me.
As always, we want to take some time to thank our sponsors, Hylage Masonry, Andy Mack Sports Fishing Guide and Service, Jackson Yard Care, and Kiss My Fist Medco, the absolute hardest hitting edibles on the planet. Felipe, you have a huge fight coming up, February 21st in Prior Lake, Minnesota at LFA 82. How's training camp been going for you?
I think I couldn't have asked for a better camp. I got some real work in with everyone. Obviously working on my jiu-jitsu, on my stand-up a little bit more. Obviously getting better on my wrestling and just getting better all around, So it's been great.
That's awesome. Your career to date has been very impressive. You're not only winning your fights, but you're finishing. What do you attribute that success to?
I would really, give a lot of my success to my teammates. Pushing me hard every time we get into sparring and just my training sessions. Obviously, I couldn't have any success without the help that I'm getting at home too with my kids and everything.
Right.
The wife being a great helper. So.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Ironworks Training Center and some of the guys you've been working with, and what's a day like for you in the gym there?
Well, they have classes, boxing classes, jiu-jitsu classes, Muay Thai classes. Obviously, they have their designated day of the week. We have sparring as well on Sundays, and most of the time, people just come in and get a group together to either roll or spar. But it's really great, man. It's a small gym with a lot of great fighters, great competitors. They all carry a chip on their shoulders just to try to get better every day. Obviously, I have Nick Emmerman, Lloyd. I have Garrett, Carlson, Ben Ross. I have Zach, and now Gary Conkla joined the gym. So that's a really great guy to have in the gym. He's always working hard too, so he's always pushing me as well.
That's awesome. You're obviously a student of the game. I don't know if you're much of a UFC history buff, but your entrances remind me of the old Gracie train, where the Gracies would walk out, very deep to the cage. It's when I've seen you fight live a few times now, and man, when your music hits those speakers, you got quite the crowd walking out to the cage. What's that like, having that much support?
Dude, it's amazing, man. Like when I started this journey, I never expected everyone to join and be there just to give me a helping hand and everything. I just can't put in words to all the support that I've been getting from people, not just them, but all my sponsors too, that, and the people when they walk, I let them walk with me just because, they've helped me get through this point of my career with a message here, a message there, saying a lot of helping words, to encourage me. So it just feels great.
That's awesome. You're facing another tough opponent, and that's one thing I've really respected about your career, is that you've always taken tough fights. You're facing Angel Paccio. What do you know about him as an opponent, and what's kind of the game plan heading into February 21st?
I've always tried to, like I said, I always keep a chip on my shoulder too, because we're in this just to get better, man. Every time we step in there, I expect to get better with every fight. I think not just expected of me, but a lot of people see it that way as well.
Sure.
And I think that when I didn't know anything about Angel Pacheco until, Eric brought it up when he asked me about the fight. And obviously, right from the beginning, I was into it, He's a purple belt jiu-jitsu. He's a great boxer that I respect. He's actually putting in the work to get better every day.
Right.
And that's sort of what I expect from the person that I'm going against.
Right.
I expect them to take the best out of me and just um, get push me to get to that next level.
Sure. We've seen you. Oh, that's awesome. We've seen you on on the regional scene here at Three River Throwdown and Pure FC. You're going to be competing on LFA. More obviously a national scene promotion. Are you excited to showcase your skills on a larger skill set on a larger stage, or is it just par for course for you right now?
Hell yeah, man! I transform when those lights are on me. I feel like that's a lot of people are gonna be watching, man, and I'm just excited to be able to showcase what I have, man, what I've been working hard towards. So I feel amazing. I feel very excited.
Are you a guy that cuts a lot of weight? Before are you one of those guys that keeps his weight right around fight weight? Tell us a little about that.
No, I like my junk food, man. I love eating sweets and stuff like that. Especially my wife, she cooks a lot of. She's a dessert cooker, uh, I walk around 160.
Okay.
When I'm just training, but when it's time to, so I cut around 15 pounds to get to 145. So that's what most of the guys are doing nowadays. So
One thing I've noticed about you is that you're very well-rounded. You're very comfortable, wherever the fight takes place. Do you see yourself being better in a certain area, or what do you think your strengths are inside the cage?
um, I try to mix up everything, but I feel like, well, one unknown fact about me is that I moved from Guatemala when I was 15 years old, and I didn't know anything about wrestling. So when I came in straight up to high school, I joined the wrestling team as a sophomore, and that was the first time I stepped on the mat. But I think that's been taken um, into my MMA career, and I think that makes me a little bit more of a wrestler, ground and pound kind of fighter. So
You literally just touched on my next question. You obviously you represent the country of Guatemala. Do you get to go visit there often? And what's the state of MMA down there? Is MMA big? Is it non-existent? Tell us a little about that.
um, I think the martial arts it's been getting known more and more as the years go by everywhere in the world. And I think right now in Guatemala, it's not as big. There is some academies, but it's nothing, like it is around here. So I actually just got back there. I went down there last year to visit my mom and my grandma. She was going through some health issues, but I was able to visit with them for a couple weeks. So yeah, it's great that I have the opportunity
Right.
to go down there and visit.
That's great. So is there wrestling down in Guatemala or no?
What do you mean?
Like, is there like high school wrestling? Is wrestling big down there?
No, they
No.
don't. Like I said, when I moved down here, I didn't even know a thing about wrestling. The only thing I watched down there was WWE, man.
Right.
That's it.
That's awesome. I really appreciate you, taking the time out. I know we're just, a week and a half out from the big show, from the big fight. Let the fans know where they can find you on social media. Let them know who your sponsors are and where they can get tickets for LFA 82.
um, Facebook, obviously Felipe Martinez Donis. You can find me on Instagram, the real Martinez 145. Uh, I just want to thank everyone for obviously giving me the support, my sponsors. I can't name them all at the top of my head, but
that's a common.
you guys,
That's very common. Everyone sits there and they say, "Man, I can't rattle them off the top of my head right now."
yeah, but you know, I gotta thank everyone from the gym. You know, Ironworks. Like, I don't attribute just to one person, but you know, we have a lot of people that help you out throughout the camp. You know, they hope one day somebody new holds pads for you. One day somebody else is rolling with you. One day somebody else is sparring with you. So
Right.
thanks everyone. You know, we're here, man. We're doing it. So
And what about tickets? Where can they get tickets at?
tickets. You obviously, I'm going around selling tickets. Otherwise, I think you can get them on Nitro tickets, LFA 82 under my name. So online.
That's great. Again, we appreciate your time. This is First Warning MMA Report with Felipe Martinez Donis just ahead of his big fight at LFA 82. Make sure you guys check it out on UFC Fight Pass. So Felipe, we appreciate your time, man.
I really appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you.
Always.